Hi, this is Michael Dewisha. I'm the Chief Information Officer at the Detroit Athletic Club. I'm asking you to listen to this video and take into account a concept of your responsibility regarding data security. First, I'll start with the idea of what data security is and how it's not necessarily just about IT. And what this means is where your responsibility lies regarding our security posture. Our members count on us to keep their information secure and private where appropriate. When you think about that, that doesn't just fall into the realm of IT. They give us information, we store it in our technology systems, we keep those technology systems secure, and everything is good. Sort of. That's only half the equation. The other half of the equation is you. You, as employees of the DAC, are equally responsible, if not more so, for maintaining our secure environment than the technology itself. That might be a new concept to you. The reason is you have access to all kinds of information. You're on the inside of the house, inside the gates. Being on the inside makes you someone who has access by virtue of your job requirements, the ability to serve customers, members correctly, to all kinds of information that we don't necessarily want, we definitely don't want to get to the outside world. So there's some judgment involved in some cases. Sometimes when it comes to sharing personal information, it's important as part of your job to do so. If valued member XYZ has a particular dietary restriction or a like for some stuff, or has any kind of personal behavioral effect, preference, that you, as someone who serves that member, should know, and that member values that you know that because they don't want to keep repeating themselves, that's good. And if you have to share that information with a coworker in order to forward customer service for that member, that's good. It's not good if you share that information as a matter of gossip. It's terrible. Equally so, if someone from the outside world, the bad guy, wants to get at our information, the best way is to use what's called social engineering. And that is to trick you, someone who has access to that information, into divulging what they're looking for, the bad guys. They want to get at our stuff. And they're going to come in here posing as whatever they can in order to fool you into divulging that information. You have access to that information. Your first thought should be, whenever you interact with anybody, is this person legitimate? Is what they're asking for legitimate? That train of thought should exist everywhere, inside and out, because us ourselves, we need to reinforce this practice of data privacy, and certainly outside, we need to be vigilant of crooks trying to get at our information. We are attacked on a daily basis. Sometimes you know it, and sometimes you don't. We filter out most of the stuff, maybe 99% of the stuff, but 1% does get through, and sometimes there's no way to make sure you're not attacked in one way or another. The most simplest form is to get an email saying, "Hi, I'm your boss," the email will pose. "Would you mind giving me a spreadsheet of all your members who whatever?" And you, being a great employee who wants to please your boss, will maybe act right away and let your guard down and give that information to this person who says they're your boss, not knowing that that email was not your boss. It's not that hard to do that. It's also not that hard to identify it. So the first thing you should think is, would your boss really do this? How unusual is this? The second, and we're working on policies to reinforce this, we're doing this all the time, is to say we should never send information like that over email, ever. We have a great internal tool called Teams that we can communicate and send data information through to internally. With Teams, there's a very low risk of someone from the outside getting your information. So if your boss emails you something and you really, really have to respond to that email, you can reach out to that person through Teams and deliver that report, for example, through Teams in the chat window. I'll point you to a video about that later on, how to do that. I've done that before. It's fairly simple, it's straightforward. So we'll reinforce that. So that's the end of my message. please be vigilant. You are equally responsible for our data security as the IT group is, if not more so. People are our biggest vulnerability when it comes to data. So please keep that in mind and please remain vigilant. Thank you.